She was no mere beauty queen draped in silk. Cleopatra was a master manipulator, so dangerous that entire empires fell not by her sword, but by her smile. Two of Rome's most powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, didn't just fall in love, they fell under her control. Behind the eyeliner and perfume was a ruthless strategist who weaponized emotion, desire, and perception. And the scariest part? She made it all look effortless. Cleopatra, the seventh Philopator, was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt. She was a woman of immense intelligence and ambition, ruling in a time of intense political upheaval in the Roman world. Often remembered for her dramatic romances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, her story is far richer than mere romantic entanglements. Cleopatra was more than just a queen. She was a political strategist, a linguist, and a formidable leader. Her legend has been passed down through centuries, often romanticized or demonized, but rarely fully understood through the lens of her psychological prowess. How did she achieve such unprecedented sway over mighty Roman leaders and her own populace? Cleopatra didn't inherit a peaceful throne. Egypt was fractured, politics were deadly, and even her siblings were out for blood. She learned early that survival didn't come from strength, it came from influence. Fluent in multiple languages, educated in science, philosophy, and rhetoric, Cleopatra used her intelligence as a weapon. She wasn't just trained to rule, she was trained to seduce the minds of anyone who dared to challenge her authority. Cleopatra was also decisive in eliminating rivals. She didn't shy away from ensuring her power, even if it meant disposing of family members who threatened her throne. This ruthlessness, while chilling to modern sensibilities, was a common tactic of power maintenance in her era. Beyond brute political force, Cleopatra's most famous tool was seduction. But this wasn't just about physical beauty. It was a calculated allure, rooted in charisma, intelligence, and a deep understanding of psychology.
My words are not for conquering armies, General, but for conquering minds.
Her charm was legendary. She could captivate the most powerful men of her time, not just with her looks, but with her wit, her knowledge, and her ability to engage in stimulating conversation. This created a strong psychological bond, making her indispensable to her allies. Cleopatra understood what most rulers didn't. Desire could be deadlier than daggers. When she met Julius Caesar, she didn't rely on words alone.
Adducite umadme.
She arrived rolled in a carpet, a calculated act of spectacle. It wasn't romance, it was psychological warfare. By presenting herself as both vulnerable and irresistible, she triggered Caesar's ego, instincts, and imagination. She made herself unforgettable, and from that moment, she began steering Roman politics through him.
This will ensure our supply lines remain open.
Agreed.
Once inside the Roman power structure, Cleopatra didn't conquer with armies. She conquered with suggestion. She whispered ideas into Caesar's ear, positioned herself as the mother of his child, and stirred resentment among his enemies. Her presence in Rome sparked scandals that fractured alliances. She used chaos as cover, always staying one step removed from blame. People debated her morals, but by the time they finished, she'd already won. Years later, Cleopatra pulled the same strings with Mark Antony, but this time, she raised the stakes. Their love affair became a political alliance cloaked in passion. She gave him wealth, ships, and spectacle, playing to his ego while subtly controlling his ambitions. She knew how to make him feel like a god.
Come see the freshest fish in all of Alexandria.
How much for these beauties? We need the best for tonight's feast.
doing so, she made herself a queen who needed no throne. Antony didn't just fight for her, he fell apart without her. Cleopatra crafted every public appearance like a psychological performance. Gold sails, perfumes wafting down the Nile, dramatic entrances that triggered awe and envy. She didn't rely on brute strength, she attacked the senses. Every detail was designed to disarm, to elevate her image into something divine. To those watching, she wasn't a ruler, she was a living myth. And people don't rebel against myths, they worship them. But myths are fragile. When Rome turned against Antony, Cleopatra's power began to crack. Her spells of seduction no longer worked on hardened generals. Her kingdom, built on perception, started to crumble. In her final days, she returned to her oldest tactic: control the narrative. Rather than be paraded through Rome as a captive, she chose death wrapped in mystery. No one truly knows how she died, but she made sure she was remembered on her terms. Cleopatra didn't build her empire with armies or walls. She built it with words, glances, and theater. She understood that power wasn't about dominance. It was about influence. Her techniques inspired centuries of politicians, leaders, and manipulators. Seduction became a political tool. Public image became a weapon, and illusion became reality. Cleopatra wasn't a sorceress, but she made the world believe she was. That was her ultimate power. Her empire may have fallen, but her tactics remain. She proved that you don't need brute force to rule the world. You just need to know how to be seen. Whether viewed as a calculating manipulator or a brilliant strategist, Cleopatra offers timeless lessons in power, seduction, and control. Her methods, while rooted in ancient times, reveal universal truths about human psychology and influence. Cleopatra was a woman of profound complexity, whose psychological insights allowed her to wield immense power. Her story reminds us that history is not just about events, but about the minds that shaped them.